Hey, good morning, everybody. It's July 7th, 2025, and again, the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul,
Good morning. This is Bev.
and Bev is not in Tombstone this morning.
No.
Can you figure out where Bev is?
Yeah. Oh, here's a hint. It's HE double L.
And you're going to HE double L
Right on. Yeah.
up to the hottest part of the
Oh
country
my
right now.
gosh, on the Colorado River. Oh
Right.
dear. What are we thinking?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, good luck.
Thank
We'll
you.
see what happens to your hair in that heat.
Yeah. It'll be really straight by then.
Blech. So,
You're right.
all right. So we have up here where it says BioTouch is art. And where did we come up with that? So we went, Bev and I went to Germany on Saturday morning via a nice Zoom chat. Michaela had another
A great
wonderful
class.
class. Yeah, she had 7 people.
My goodness.
Some of,
Yes.
some of them were present with her, and some of them there were 4 ladies who were live streaming with her,
Yep.
and it. Let me make sure that this is on here. Yep, that's going live. And so there were questions, and the one of the standard questions was, where did Norman get the points? Can you do? How do you work on the hands and the legs? You know, and a lot of questions like that, and especially when it came up with Norman and the points. And I just reiterated again to folks, what we're going to talk about here. BioTouch is an art. It's an art form. It's a way of practicing. Well, we're going to go over it. So again,
Yeah.
I asked ChatGTP. I said, "Tell us what are the points about BioTouch being an art form?" And we'll just go over these. There are 4 little keys. It says, first of all, it's the art of human connection. At its core, BioTouch is about one person touching another in a gentle, mindful way. This simple act of touch, done with presence, intention, and care, becomes an artful expression of empathy and love. Just as a painter uses a brush or a dancer uses their body, a BioTouch practitioner uses their hands to communicate healing and awareness.
Wow. Yeah. You know, as I was getting a visual as you were talking, and I'm thinking, well, the paint brushes are our 2 fingers. And remember the old paint by number?
Right.
Well,
Right. That's
when we, point number one, point
right.
number two, and here we are painting by number on a beautiful canvas called the human body.
And you know what's funny about that paint by numbers? I
Yeah.
remember if you went outside the line, you felt terrible, right? Unless you had a very creative parent or teacher, right? It
Right.
was like, oh, that's okay. Now you're being creative. Here's how
Yeah, now you're being creative. Well, we
it's
could look at that as that extra work and
yes,
the enhancements and things like that. Yeah,
correct. And it's like I told the class. I said, Norman just came up with the 14 sets of points.
yeah,
But from there, you will receive points the same way he did.
right.
And so it
Yeah.
goes on. This next one sort of moves into that. It says the art form intuition and flow. Like artists, BioTouch practitioners often rely on intuition and a sense of flow. While the
Mm,
points and sequences are structured, how one approaches the healing process, attuning to the person in front of them, being present, letting the experience unfold, is deeply personal and creative.
oh, deeply personal and creative. Wow. Well, that's what happens when you get to just be in the present moment.
Right.
I get maybe that's how artists are able to tune into their amazing creative power because they are present with something that is, flowing through them. Although we say with BioTouch, nothing flows, nothing is given, no energies moving through. Of course, we don't know everything, But we just know that when we touch in that moment, that something magical can happen.
Right. And I think the key we were telling this group, as we've told everybody, just listen. And if you have the question and you're going to ask us, you're going to ask Bev or Michaela or myself or any other practitioner, seasoned, so quote, practitioner, well,
Yeah.
can I do such and such? And our statement is, well, yeah. If you
Yes.
thought of it, if it came to your mind, if it came into your consciousness, however it came, it might be intuition, you might have read some book on anatomy, however it comes to you and you have that question, I wonder if I could do this, we say
Yeah.
yes, that's the
Yeah.
art form.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that it just comes to you anyway
Right.
is something to pay attention to, because as we know, when you allow that present moment to happen between two people, all things are possible.
Right.
And who's to say think that creativity has an opportunity to flow in? It's not being stopped by the ego, as we have talked about so many times. That little ego will start asking all those little crazy questions, you know, am I touching right? Am I doing
Right.
enough? Am I good enough? Blah, 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 right? Am I good enough to touch this human being? Yeah.
And I'm reminded there that a key to remember is you can't hurt anybody.
Yes.
So you can do dozens of points and you don't know which one's going to work. And it doesn't matter. You know, that's our ego that wants to know, oh, I did the right point, or,
Yeah.
ooh, I felt this happen,
Right.
or, you know, oh, look
Is
at the
that good enough
sparks
for
fly.
you?
Right, right.
Yeah.
You just touch the points that come to you, and you might touch 100 different kinds of points that come to you, and maybe only one of those was the effective one that you'll never know. And I think that's the power of
That's the
the
power.
expression of what comes through us.
Absolutely right. And not just that. I think when we allow ourselves to do that, we are trusting. And we've talked about this many times. BioTouch offers us a safe place, but a place where you can trust yourself and the recipient can trust that things are okay. They're being cared for.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just a beautiful composition. Yeah.
And the interesting thing in that is the recipient is part of that art
Yes.
expression.
You
It's
bet.
it's a circular thing. You know, they're expressing their art as much as you're expressing your art.
Okay.
And it's a circle that just keeps going on. That it's
Well,
a beautiful thought.
as we say in our vision statement, right?
Right, the chain
Yeah.
that shall go on
Things shall
indefinitely.
go on indefinitely. Absolutely.
The third thing we were told here in chat was simplicity as elegance. Now, I like that word.
Wow.
Many
Yes.
art forms thrive on simplicity. Think of haiku, a line drawing, or a minimalist sculpture. BioTouch similarly, elegant in its simplicity, just specific points lightly touched. Yet within that simplicity lies a profound beauty, much like the understated grace of fine art.
Wow. Oh, that is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many times have we talked about simplify,
Oh.
simplify, simplify? Don't make it complicated. You know?
Absolutely. The word elegant, though, is like an amazing word, isn't it? It just gives this feeling of more, I don't know, something higher, something more pure, something more beautiful. You know, it's elegant. What an interesting combination for BioTouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the reason we're trying to share it freely. You know, not only are we keeping it simple, and that's the goal of the foundation. Keep it simple. You know,
Right.
these classes that we train, no matter how many points you come up with, the system itself is those 14 sets of points. Everything you add on to that is your own creative expression
Yeah.
of your personal elegance, you know, and we ask people, don't incorporate that as you teach it. Teach the simplicity. Here are the basic sets of points,
Right.
which from those points encourages people to flourish with their own points that come to them.
Yes. And it's such I always, when I practice biotouch and I do that extra work that we talk about, I just feel so connected to that recipient because I am allowing, through trust, my fingers to give that body something extra. If you just do the 17 sets of points, you are going to be effective. We know that. That's the foundation of this technique. Has not changed, will not change. But when we allow ourselves to start to do those extra things that we come up with, boy, then we're really, really practicing creativity and going deeper with that body. It's just an amazing opportunity for us to experience as practitioners. Yeah.
Goes on, number 4, transformation and expression. These words are like perfect. Art transforms people. So does biotouch. Both can shift perspectives, open hearts, and promote healing physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And for many who practice biotouch, it becomes an expression of their values: compassion, equality, and non-hierarchy.
Wow. Wow. That's the keeper right there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, we often, when we talk about biotouch and its power, one of the things that we do talk about is how it makes it possible to begin change, not just in the body, but in the self-awareness of stepping in, taking more responsibility, and becoming self-aware in that body, starting to participate in that journey of healing.
Right.
And I say journey of healing. We are not in dis-ease or dying or whatever. We are on a journey of healing here and in these bodies. And that changes the whole perspective. That's what biotouch has the power to do. It changes our perspective of ourselves, our bodies, and each other.
You know, that's interesting. I was just watching another Zach Bush thing, and the essence of what he was talking about was, in this healing process, we must become aware of our fear. And and what he said was, go into the fear. Don't escape it. Don't try to cover it up. Don't run away from it. And that's the thing that I learned that is the common denominator with all people on the planet. I learned that when I went to Egypt. I've learned that with every talk, that every person lives in fear.
In fear. That's you're absolutely right.
And biotouch can address that simply by touching another body. And then people ask us too, well, can you address the emotional and the spiritual? Well, you can't help but do that.
Right. It's going to happen.
When you touch the body, right, with this elegance, this expression of just touch. Simplicity can then meet the fear, and transformation can happen. It's just incredible.
It's such an interesting dynamic because the whole basis of fear is called separateness. This illusion that we are disconnected from each other and always have been is the big illusion. And what's powerful about biotouch is one of the things that's here to change for humanity, and why it insists on 2 people practicing, insists on it, is because of that very fact, to bring us back into a connection with each other. Because I have said before, our healing is going to take place when we all are healing together.
And that's the 5th point here on chat. Shared experience, number 5. Yes. In performance art, there's a moment when the performer and the audience become one through shared presence.
Oh, wow.
BioTouch creates a similar experience, a shared sacred space between the toucher and the recipient. It's a quiet, powerful exchange that transcends words, like great art often does.
Oh. Oh wow! I don't know if that's my favorite or all of them are my favorite, but that one really speaks to me. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's just what you were just saying. You know,
yeah,
it brings us together.
Well, again, we have that in our vision statement. Not maybe those particular words, but the spirit behind our vision statement is exactly that. To care for each other, bring people together in that circle that is unbreakable and always has been. This is where the fear comes in, and I absolutely love Dr. Zach Bush. He is so in tune, and when he said to embrace our fear, that is a powerful healing step. Actually.
Yeah, and any of the great teachers have come and told us that. Embrace that darkness, embrace that fear, and don't try to change it. You can't, and again, when we're doing BioTouch, we're not trying to change that recipient. We're not trying actually to even, quote, heal them.
Right, exactly.
We're just touching, justtouch.com.
And trusting in that their body.
Yes.
Okay, so here we are again. I've said this many times, both of us have said this. The moment that we think that we are healing or changing anyone, we are in that moment negating their power to heal and to change. That I think that I can, I'm the one to do that. We are negating that radiant angel that we all are. That's what's so beautiful about BioTouch. It, as you said, you just reach out and touch. That is all that's required. Everything else follows.
Yep. And we'll sort of end with their little ending that I actually posted there for all of you to read. Life feels disconnected. BioTouch offers a gentle, profound way to return to what matters, human connection. And whether you're new to BioTouch or have practiced for years, join us as we reframe this healing technique as the art of touch. Accessible to all, gifted by everyone.
Wow. Oh, man. We couldn't have said it better ourselves.
No, we've been saying it for 8 years.
That's right. Exactly. Oh, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is awesome, and you all out there are awesome, and we can only encourage you to take those 2 fingers and start doing some drawing.
Yeah. Oh. Wonderful.
Learn the technique, justtouch.com. If you have questions, office@justtouch.com is our email. Otherwise, we're here every Monday, and we look forward to sharing more of BioTouch with you. So,
yes, indeed. Yeah.
Thank you, Bev. Enjoy. Have a
Paul.
safe journey, and we'll see you next week.
I'll see you in person next Monday.
That's right. Take care, everybody. Keep touching.
Bye.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind, and the pain is too much. What we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.